Some pains have no name. They flow through the body in the form of symptoms, but they are born deep down, where traditional medicine cannot touch. The soul, this invisible and pulsating temple, carries records that no magnetic resonance imaging can capture. Therefore, many illnesses are not physical failures, but cries of the suffocated soul. True esotericism does not separate the body from consciousness. It integrates and heals. Imagine that every physical pain is a secret note written by your spirit. What is insomnia trying to say? What about that back pain that insists on returning when you feel overwhelmed? Practical spirituality invites us to listen with our hearts to what our minds have ignored for too long. This is where deep self-knowledge begins, when we transform symptoms into messages and the body into sacred language. Popular mysticism has always known this. In ancient villages, healers did not prescribe pills, but herbal baths, blessings, and stories told under the light of the moon. And do you know why? Because they understood that every illness carries symbolism. A woman with throat problems may be choking on words she never said. A man with chest pain may be suffocating from denied emotions. In ancient wisdom, healing is more about cleansing the soul than treating the body. And this healing begins in silence. A minute of internal listening already reveals deep secrets. Often all it takes is a mirror, a candle, and a sincere question. What am I avoiding feeling? This question, when asked courageously, opens portals. And in these portals, answers are hidden that no clinical exam can reveal. This type of healing is neither linear nor immediate. It moves in spirals, like the energy that pulses in our chakras and subtle fields. It is occultism accessible in everyday practice, realizing that even a cold can be the soul's request for rest. Illness, then, is not punishment, but invitation. Invitation to get back on track, breathe differently, rethink your steps, and here something essential comes in: frequency and energy. When we nourish ourselves with toxic content, negative people, and soulless habits, we lower our vibration. The body feels. Therefore, a good playlist with healing music, words of affirmation in the morning, and a self-care routine can transform realities. It's not magic. It's quantum physics applied with intention. True healing happens when we stop treating ourselves like broken machines and start seeing ourselves as vibrational systems. This change of perspective is, in itself, a remedy. And when it happens, we naturally turn to the forgotten knowledge of ancient civilizations. But that, in fact, is exactly what we will explore next. Before science wore a lab coat, there were wise men covered in sacred fabrics. In Egypt, temples like that of Isis taught that all healing begins in the soul and ends in matter. In India, the Vedas described the body as a divine instrument of spiritual manifestation. Shamanic peoples saw the sick person as someone disconnected from their spirit guide. And all this knowledge is connected like pieces of an ancestral puzzle. These cultures did not separate faith from treatment. An herbal bath was a liquid prayer, a tribal tattoo, a seal of vibrational protection, the sound of the drum, an energetic reconfiguration of the heart. Popular mysticism has always been a map of instructions for the body and soul to walk together. And believe me, this was not in the past. It was just drowned out by the noise of modernity. Today, this knowledge pulsates in practices such as Reiki, aromatherapy, and mantras. An example, the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum has been used for millennia to activate compassionate love and dissolve emotional densities. Light an incense, sit in silence and chant. You don't need to understand Sanskrit. Your soul understands. Indeed, this is how practical spirituality transforms routine into ritual and raises the frequency of the entire house. In the rituals of ancient Mexico, the Temazcal, a kind of spiritual sauna, symbolized the womb of Mother Earth. Upon entering there, the body sweated out toxins, while the spirit released trauma. The heat, steam, and shamanic chants cleanse not only the physical, but the memories of the soul. It is a form of alchemy that the West is only beginning to understand. What they call alternative has always been essential. Accessible occultism begins when we understand that symbols are not just drawings, they are portals. The Egyptian Ankh represents eternal life, but it can also be used as a protective talisman. Want to apply this today? Place a sacred symbol at the head of your bed. It could be a mandala, an eye of Horus, or an Indian yantra. Let your energy talk to theirs while you sleep. None of this is superstition. It is spiritual technology based on ancestral and metaphysical wisdom. The ancients did not have microscopes, but they saw the aura. They didn't use stethoscopes, but they listened to the vibrational field of the heart. Today, we are rediscovering this out of necessity. When medicine fails, many turn their eyes to what has always been available, and that is where deep self-knowledge flourishes. And when you start living like this, the body stops being just flesh and bones. It becomes a vibrational temple. And, like every temple, it carries secret maps that indicate where your soul still cries, where it needs healing, where there is resistance. And this leads us to the next point, the body as an energetic mirror of emotions. The body speaks, and speaks loudly, but few know how to listen. Ancient wisdom has always taught that each organ vibrates at a specific frequency. The liver, for example, is the guardian of unexpressed anger. When we swallow injustice, it swells with dense energy. The lungs hold sadness as if they were clouds that refuse to rain. And the stomach digests more emotions than food. Have you ever felt pain in your knees without hurting them? Perhaps you are resisting a change that your soul has already accepted, but your ego still fears. These little signs are messages that there are blockages flowing between the energy centers and the physical. Practical spirituality teaches us to observe this with the eyes of an eagle and the heart of a child. It's not about paranoia, it's about perception. Popular mysticism has always relied on the touches of nature. For this reason, healers placed leaves on the chest of those who cried too much and used clay on the kidneys of those who were carrying family sorrows. These are techniques that dialogue with the energy of the organs. If you want to try something simple, lie down and place your hands on your abdomen. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what am I trying to digest emotionally? This approach generates deep self-knowledge. Because you see, the body never lies. Neck pain can be the weight of swallowed words. Lower back pain can be the burden of supporting everyone around you. Sometimes all it takes is writing a letter to vent, even if you don't deliver it, to ease the tension. This is emotional medicine. This is esotericism applied with truth. Frequencies and energy explain this in an almost scientific way. Emotions vibrate. Anger has a dense vibration, love a more subtle one. When we hold unresolved emotions, we create energetic us. These knots manifest in the body as recurring symptoms. So, by releasing emotions, you are not just relieving the heart, you are clearing your vibrational field. Ancestral and metaphysical wisdom have always used the body as an oracle. Just remember traditional Chinese or Ayurvedic medicine. Each point, each meridian, each chakra, everything carries meanings. Knowing your body means knowing your emotional patterns. The question that remains is, are you willing to listen to what your body is trying to tell you? Because listening is just the beginning. The next step is to transform these messages into energetic movement. And this, of course, starts with the invisible frequencies that surround and shape us. Everything vibrates, and everything that vibrates transmits information. Even your most hidden thought emits a signal. Emotions such as gratitude, compassion, and joy vibrate at high frequencies that heal. Fear, guilt, and resentment operate in dense waves that make you sick. This isn't just a mystical idea, it's vibrational physics. We are talking about the science of the soul. Want a practical example? Take a bottle of water and write words like love or healing on it. Then drink this water throughout the day. Does it seem too simple? Studies inspired by the work of Masaru Emoto show that words influence the molecular structure of water, and you are made of more than 70% water. Words heal or make you sick. Choose yours carefully. Music is also vibrational medicine. Sing, dance. Listen to frequencies of 528 Hertz for cellular regeneration or 432 Hertz for emotional balance. You don't need to understand the theory, just feel it. Your soul recognizes sounds that align it, and when you start to tune into this, even your home changes its vibration. Relationships are another source of energy. People who drag you down, who are always complaining, affect your frequency. This is not judgment, it is energetic reality. Learn to protect your field. Use crystals like black tourmaline, coarse salt baths with rosemary, or even golden light. Visualizations around your body. This is not movie mysticism, it is practical spirituality. Deep self-knowledge also means realizing when your vibration has dropped. Do you feel more tired, irritation out of nowhere, insomnia? These are all signs. Don't fight them, listen to them. Collect yourself. Make chamomile tea with lavender, meditate for 5 minutes, silence. Sometimes, this small act of self-love realigns your energy and prevents major illnesses. And the more you connect with your vibration, the easier it is to notice when something is out of place. This is the power of accessible occultism, translating the invisible into visible attitudes. But for this energy to flow fully, it is necessary to take care of the power centers within you, the so-called chakras. And they, as we will now see, are healing portals. The chakras are like mirrors of light rotating within us. 7 main centers from the coccyx to the top of the head, where vital energy flows. When this energy is blocked, the body feels it, the mind screams, and the soul becomes silent. A blocked chakra is not just an imbalance, it is a silent cry from the spirit asking for realignment. The good news? It is possible to unlock and reactivate. The root chakra, for example, is linked to security, the survival instinct. When you live in fear, financially insecure, or feeling disconnected from reality, it weakens you. Do you want to strengthen? Walk barefoot on the earth, eat red foods like beets and strawberries, and use affirmations like, "I am safe in the world." Esotericism applied with foundation and courage. The heart chakra is the sanctuary of love, forgiveness, and compassion. Blocked, it generates resentment, coldness, and even respiratory problems. To open this center, practice forgiveness, including for things that happened years ago. Write a sincere letter, even if you don't send it. Release the weight. Use stones, like rose quartz, and listen to music that touches the soul. The throat chakra, in the throat, is the channel of expression. Those who keeping quiet, swallowing emotions, or are afraid of asserting themselves become ill at this point. Hoarseness, sore throat, and even thyroiditis can be warning signs. Practice speaking truthfully. Start with small phrases like, "I can't right now," or "This isn't good for me." Saying what you feel is practical and liberating spirituality. The chakras are, in fact, receiving and emission antennas. The third eye, for example, governs intuition. When blocked, it causes mental confusion, insomnia, lack of clarity. To activate, it reduces the use of screens before bed, consume less negative news, and do meditations with indigo light. The clearer the field, the clearer the interior vision. This is deep self-knowledge in its purest form. Popular mysticism has always used plants and colors to treat chakras. The lavender bath cleanses the emotional state, while the rue bath breaks down dense loads. Clothes with specific colors enhance each center. Eating foods that vibrate in the same tone as the chakra also helps, such as carrots for the solar plexus or grapes for the crown chakra. Everything is energy. Everything is frequency. Unblocking a chakra is like opening a window. In a stuffy house, light enters, air circulates, life resumes. But for this to happen quickly and consciously, there is a little-known practice, a technique that combines silence, image, and words. And it has the power to reprogram your entire vibration. Few know, but healing does not just depend on time. It depends on vibrational coherence. The rapid manifestation technique works exactly there. It aligns thought, emotion, and intention into a single frequency, and this generates almost immediate results. There are only 3 steps, but done with presence and focus, they transform reality from the inside out. First stage, silence. Before anything else, you need to silence the noise of the world and your mind. 5 minutes is enough. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and breathe. With each inspiration, say internally, "I allow the new to arrive." It is in this vacuum that the magic begins. Silence is the fertile soil where the energetic seed will be planted. Second step, visualization. With your eyes closed, see with your heart what you want to heal. It could be a part of the body, a situation, a trauma. Visualize as if you are already healed, complete, at peace. Use all your senses. Listen, feel, see, touch. Imagine, for example, your heart beating in emerald. Green light open. This creates a powerful, energetic image. Third stage, word. Speech is a vibrational code that anchors what has been visualized. Repeat phrases like, "I am full health," "I vibrate balance," "My energy flows freely." Say it out loud, with true emotion. The sound vibration of these words acts directly on the energy field. Quantum physics calls this the collapse of the wave function. Mysticism calls it a healing spell. This technique can be done when waking up or before going to sleep for 7 days in a row. Use a crystal as a focus, such as obsidian or amethyst, to enhance. You can also write the visualization on paper and place it under your pillow. It's a simple ritual, but with great impact. Subtle conspiracies happen when you activate a new frequency within yourself. And you know what's most fascinating? When your energy changes, everything around changes. People move away or get closer, opportunities arise, symptoms disappear, because the universe responds to vibrational coherence, not confused desire. But what happens after manifestation is even deeper, the true transformation of the soul. True healing is not just eliminating the symptom. It's about finding out why the wound appeared. Behind every pain, there is a story. Behind each illness, a lesson. When you start to observe your crises with the eyes of a master and not a victim, something magical happens. Your soul awakens and begins to consciously guide healing. Illness is often a pause that the soul creates to reorganize the path, a sign that something is not aligned with your purpose. Have you ever noticed how some people always get sick at the same times of the year, or when they make decisions that go against their heart? This is not a coincidence. It is energetic coherence. The body adapts to the truth or its denial. Conscious transformation requires courage. Courage to say, "I can't live like this anymore." To face childhood traumas, repetitive patterns, internal sabotage. Holistic therapies, family constellation, journaling, breathing practices, these are all tools. But the most profound step is deciding that your life is too valuable to waste on survival. Deep self-knowledge is knowing that pain can be a teacher. And when you welcome, accept, and release, you grow. It grows from the inside out. The old I dissolves like snakeskin, and the new me appears more conscious, more vibrant, more aligned. This is esotericism in practice, transforming suffering into wisdom, illness into evolution. Ancestral and metaphysical wisdom have always said that the soul becomes ill when it loses the meaning of the journey. And when she finds this sense again, the body responds, symptoms cease, the sparkle in the eyes returns. It's as if the entire universe reorganized itself to support its expansion, and the first step is simple: stop, breathe, and listen to what you avoided feeling for a long time. Because deep down, all healing is a return to love. Love for yourself, for life, for the mission that only you can fulfill. And now that you've come this far, with all these codes activated, it's time to integrate, to breathe and let it flow. But first, let's understand why breathing is the sacred bridge between the body and the spirit.